Tanzania, a country once praised for peace, unity, and quiet stability. But today, that calm has shattered. The October 2025 election has left the nation in turmoil, and the world is watching with growing concern. Citizens cry out for justice. So, what happened on October the 29th? The Tanzanians, they went to the polls, okay? But this wasn't a celebration of democracy. Absolutely not. It was a test of endurance. President Samia Suluhu Hassan was declared the winner with nearly 98% of the vote. That was a quite of a big um, a winner there. A number so overwhelming that it sparked disbelief across the nation. Opposition parties claimed the process was flawed. Here we go again. Candidates were disqualified, supporters threatened, and the outcome seemed predetermined. Like the independent journalists, they face restrictions, and then many international observers, they were barred from witnessing the election firsthand. And what should have been a moment of hope instead became a symbol of suppression. The turmoil. This is another group that has found themselves in danger. Kenyans living in Kenyans living and working in Tanzania. Many went there to earn a living, to trade, to build a future. But today, there are um, uh, countless stories telling that's talking about a lot of harassments happening, mistreatment, and killings of Kenyan nationals caught in the unrest. Workers report withheld wages, intimidation, and threats. Some fear speaking out loud. Others has vanished without answers. Families, do you hear me? Families in Kenya, they wait for news, but it never comes. Their pleas for justice echo unanswered across the border. Tanzania stands at crossroads between democracy and dictatorship, between freedom and fear. The world is watching. The region is listening, and the people are still waiting to be heard. This is not just Tanzania's story. It is a warning to every nation where truth can be silenced and power goes unchecked. The question now is not what happens next, but who will have the courage to speak before it is too late. When the results were announced, protests erupted across the country, from Dar es Salaam to Russia, from Mwanza to Zanzibar. Citizens, they flooded the streets demanding accountability and shouting for truth. But soon, those voices were met with force because security units, they moved in fast, armed, and without any mercy. Tear gas, they filled the air with gunfire, echoed through the neighborhoods, and then silence. The government, the government shut down the internet, cutting off the nation from the world for nearly a week, guys. Tanzania was plunged into digital darkness. Can you imagine? Imagine that. In the darkness. I could not imagine. That's terror. There was no social media, no live updates, no voice for the people. Families, they couldn't even reach their loved ones. Journalists, they couldn't report. And in that silence, fear spread it like wildfire. As the smoke cleared out, reports began to emerge. It began to emerge of citizens being beaten, being detained, and disappearing in the night. That's a nightmare. Human rights organizations warned that the real scale of the tragedy might never be fully known. Mothers searching for their sons, fathers mourning in silence. That makes me just want to just cry just right now. I cannot even imagine young people who had dared demand a fair vote now missing or dead. Where's this world coming to? This isn't just about politics anymore. It's about humanity and what happens when a government's grip on power becomes stronger than its compassion for its people. The time has come for Kenya to take a stand, for the East African community to act, not with silence, but with courage and solidarity. Kenya must demand accountability for every citizen harmed, for every worker silence, for every worker silence, and for every life lost in Tanzania's growing crisis. Diplomatic words are not enough anymore. Action is needed now, not later, now, and fast. And for Tanzania's leaders, it's time to remember this. Listen very closely. Leadership is not measured by how tightly one controls power. Absolutely not. But by how one protects people. The nation is too powerful to be questioned. No government too sacred to be challenged. If you enjoy watching these stories and want to see more, please comment and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you all will be notified when I come out with new videos. And remember, you don't have to pay a dime today. It's because it's for free. So take care, and I will see you in the next